Greetings everyone, it's Gryfer here going through a replay submission from Amgen. He plays on the North American server. They're in a tier 10 game. He's in a division with the Raging Wren, who's in a Halland. Amgen's sailing a Des Moines. It's a smaller game. They are on Haven. And there's a CV per team, several radar, well, Worcester on the opposition with a Smelland, can't discount them. Des Moines on the green guys with the Petro. This is sometimes the state of the game at these tiers, sometimes a lot of standoffish ships. You can see the W Shino, Halland Smelland, because that deals with CVs. So it'll be an interesting game. I'd expect the enemy Smelland to honestly dominate. Good AA with the radar as well, good heal. He should be able to outgun the Hallands on the green team. Des Moines still a very powerful ship for the US heavy cruiser line. Her rate of fire, her guns, and are still one of the better ones at tier 10. She has not a struggling detection or main battery firing range. 15.8 is more than workable, but obviously you have to get in fairly close. So you do want to use those islands. You do want to have an exit strategy where applicable. Amgen obviously has his Des Moines built more for a hydro rather than AA, so more for anti-destroyer and cruiser. He's divvied up with a Halland, so it's going to be more his anti-aircraft buffer. I personally think the Des Moines AAs are not as great as it once was. You build it for AA, but you're going to lose your AA turrets, and I still believe putting that many points into AA where you lose turrets isn't a great return on investment for captain skills and modules. But opening salvos look like the green Petro ate a big whammy of shells. Worcester's being aggressive by the opposition, trying to get in behind those islands just to rain fire. Enemy Halland's up, and torpedoes in the water. Petro does eat a few there. At this point, the green Petro, in my opinion, should be stopping, should be even reversing. He should not be pushing forward. He could get cross-mapped. There are several things that can happen. There's a CV in the game. There's a DD or two. He's overextending at this point. Enemy radars up. Amgen still has HE loaded here. It's good that he's not being aggressive. I assume that if he sees shells coming out at him, he'll just accelerate hard. Oh, there goes the friendly Halland and Petro, but what is this Worcester doing? Why Worcester? 4 sits, why? This is a fight you could never win, Worcester. And it got secured by the Colombo. All that damage by Amgen. A little consolation for the green team. They gave up a Petro, they gave up a Halland. Enemy Thunderer is now in kite out mode. At these kind of angles, as long as Amgen gets vision from CV, BB or even DD, he should be able to just burn and inflict great copious amounts of fire pain upon the Thunderer. A little bit of karma returned, one could say. It's doing a good job of removing anti-aircraft platforms, so if the CV does come around as well, it'll become an easier target to strike. Wren looks like he's having a bit of a fight with the enemy Halland here. They're still contesting over Charlie. Smelland secured Alpha. I really can't see the green team winning Bravo easily. They got a Yoshino out on the one line. Montana's kiting out, but he's going to have 3 or 4 focused him, and enemy Thunderer is in no man's land, still in the home cap of Alpha. So Amgen's definitely not being aggressive here. As you can see, he's waiting for the Columbo Thunderer to show his hand by firing the Columbo to detect him. Which is actually, I'm going to say this, too many cruisers probably, again, press W, thinking the flank's won, but you put yourself out of position, you overextend, you'll take needless damage. As the Montana goes down, it's not looking good for the green team. Ren seems to be struggling to secure that Charlie cap. I think both the Columbo and the Des Moines here made an excellent decision to not chase. Having two of your tier 10 vessels, well, you're all tier 10, but having two of your vessels chase a nearly full health battleship is not a great return on investment, considering that the battle mid-map is where it has to be won. So after 6 minutes, the green team secure their first contested cap. One cap or two caps apiece. Someone's unhappy about their CV support. Now, again, this is my personal thinking. If there's a CV in game, if the CV can see you're in trouble, has the time, because remember, they've got to rotate planes, they've got to spot, they've got to do things. Everyone expects the world of them. Don't expect your CV to give you support. If he does, fantastic, thank him if it helps you. But don't go out there expecting him to watch for your ship alone to see when it needs support, because he's going to be having his own plans. If something's been DCP'd from his last strike that he's trying to get things on, and potentially to fly half a map across to you mitigates all of that. So my theory in this game is you have to defend yourself. If you get the support, that's great, that is fantastic. You can even ask for it, because then if it comes, it's just as good. But don't go in there expecting it and demanding it, because every player's got their own plan on how they're going to win the game. Amgen pops a radar. Charlie's contested, so it's right at the edge. Ren is coming back. Obviously it's the Smelland here, but he's up. Ren has nose checked him. Amgen's shells would have hit if that rock wasn't in the way, but for some reason the Smelland is reversing. He doesn't know radar's up. He's outside the 10k, but he's going to fill these shells. Yoshino goes down. My word, green team's down to 4 ships. At this point, good aim by the DM and the Halland. I would, if I was in the Smelland shoes, I'd be going dark. Enemy Thunderer is back in the fray. He's turned around and pushed, which puts a lot of pressure on this remaining flank. So first kill for Amgen there. He secures the Smelland, which is actually a pretty good kill, because Smelland's got a heal. It's got some good range torps and the radar. Well, not that they probably need it at this stage. With only 4 vessels, everyone will know where they are. The friendly CV's dangerously getting close to these islands. He's only got a Halland to screen for him besides his own plane. Columbo seems to be repositioning. Let's go with repositioning. Amgen seems to be expecting the Thunderer. There he is. Thunderer's looking the wrong way as well. Halland secures the Kerfuffle. Well done, Ren. Looks like Thunderer can see the Midway. Yeah, Midway just got massively chunked. He's absolutely ignoring Amgen to get the aircraft carrier kill, which I do understand. You remove that vessel and it should be easier for your team. Doesn't always happen, but on paper it should be easier. CV's going to drop, do a little bit of damage back, but it's all over for the Midway. He's down to only a little bit of health left. Good torpedo hits there. He recycled, he took rockets. I probably wouldn't be striking the Thunderer with the rockets myself. Maybe dive bombers and something else like the Yoshino, but either way, that's what the CV picked. CV's now down. A special British captain on the Thunderer, but it won't help him because now the Des Moines AP is going to make a mockery of that Thunderer. But likewise, the Thunderer makes a complete mockery of the Des Moines armor scheme. He gets another salvo off. Oh, so low, and that actually, the CV actually secured the kill. So 3 versus 4. In that little period, the enemy lost a few ships, which is good for the green team. Scores are actually fairly level because no one's actually taken a third cap. But with air control, enemy Midway seems to have lost a fair chunk of planes. This will be an interesting little tussle. Good shot selection. I would have gone with AP myself here, hoping that the Yoshino being fired from the Colombo or the Halland will try to turn out. He's straightening up, maybe not as much as Amgen would like, but he was straightening up. Double Yoshi and Monty. I really can't see how the green team can pull this one back. Without the CV, enemy CV to spot, it's not even that much the damage, it's the constant spotting. Halland can't really reposition too easy. If he gets on the cap, the enemy's going to see it. Interestingly enough, the enemy is not getting onto the caps. HE for the nose in Yoshino. They seem to be really focused on the Colombo. Can't see the Colombo, but he does have smoke, so he might pop a panic smoke here or there. Someone's being facetious in chat saying they're not even going to bother with the caps. Sometimes arrogance can get one killed. Double fire, he pops his DCP there. This Yoshino's actually gone down really quickly from the torps to multiple fires. It's actually good to remove a cruiser like that as quickly as possible. Very lucky on the return salvo from the Montana. 3v3. Things are getting interesting now. Point-wise, it's under 90 points between the two teams. Lucky not to be more damaging. Colombo's doing phenomenal work. He may not be getting as many kills, but he's definitely tanking and taking the focus fire for the green team at this dire stage. Halland's doing a great job of zoning out the Midway planes. He's just literally deplaning him. Though Ren does take a big salvo there. I'll take that back. Ren was doing a great job till that moment, and then he decided to eat several torps. Enemy Yoshino's pushing in again. I really think they should have taken the caps. They sailed around them rather than contesting them. Even if they contested Alpha, that would have put the pressure back upon the green team to come out. But with 2 caps apiece, they're not really pressurized to do anything but get the kills. Ren gets their defense expert there. The Yoshino is slowing down. He's stopping. Interesting play. Not what I would do. Don't get me wrong. Yoshino's not gonna nose tank, but between the BB salvos and Des Moines, you could go into hideout. You could even dodge more effectively, going nose in and just turning. At this rate, being stationary, trying to reverse and or go forward. Look at the damage at 4.5 with fires. That one's a miss because he's going forward, but Amgen and friends are just farming him down 2.5 high calibers obtained. This CV seemed to have a hard on for a while there for the Halland, but no more. Colombo's down. But Nishino, oh my god. That detonation on that Montana, that's literally a 1-up for the Greens. Look at this, Nishino's going down. Sorry, green team. Gonna call that one a throw. Not a throw. You had victory in your grasp. You had it. You had it with 2 hands. You're holding above your hands, above your heads, and the opposition came along and just snatched it out. And no, they're now gonna win. Even though green team is down by 2 points, with 4 minutes to go, you'd think they'd either locate the CV or get onto one of these caps. Between both vessels' anti-aircraft, even though the Halland's super low, they're going to stay together here, combine anti-aircraft. This midway's in for a world of hurt trying to get any strike off. Yeah, not even a strike there. All the planes went down. So as we can see here, in a fairly smallish game, Amgen's still done 186,000 damage. He's at the 3 kills, high calibers, 5 sits. Thank you, Mr. Worcester. Please don't sail broadside in front of Des Moines. Please don't sail broadside in front of any cruiser at that range. Really good covering arcs here. So Des Moines' got a little bit more health. He's got a heal. He's actually taken the front position in front of the Halland to screen him. Again, they're keeping it, rather than sending them both off individually to either cap, they have kept the vessels together. In all honesty, that's probably the best play they could have done. Amgen takes a torp onto the nose, 4K, no flood. CV's up, but really a moot point at this point. If the planes are low, they need to touch this cap to get the lead. They've got the time. But a cap is all important in case one of them goes down. Chat seems to be a little bit salty between the teams. As you can see, Midway's super low on planes here. Only 1 squad. No, doesn't even get through to the Halland. CV really can't do anything here. He can't push out. Secondary them, but the Des Moines and the Halland will absolutely wreck him. They still have all their guns to bear. Halland's still got his torps. CV can't get a strike off. Again, opposition, I think, lost it for themselves by not taking either Alpha or Charlie when they had their 2 Yoshinos. They could have put cap pressure. 4 caps to Zilch, it would have forced Ren or Amgen to get onto caps earlier. They would have had to split up. So the enemy's mistakes here at this very late stage of the game are really helping them. Yeah, but the last hurrah of the CV. No more planes for you. Enemy team realise it's a loss. Now don't get me wrong, if the CV somehow kills either the Halland or the Des Moines, it's going to be a very bad situation for the green team, but it's not going to happen. Under a minute to go, the game ends in 27 seconds. I think the CVs are fully deplaned. He hasn't launched anything now since that dive bomber squad. Yeah, someone said it in the chat. If we had caps, this is finished, and it's rather ironic that the enemy team flamed them by going, "We're going to win this so easily that we're not even going to cap." But have a look. The teamwork between a Des Moines and a Halland secured the victory. Here's a lovely end base XP that Amgen provided. As you can see, he earned 2,900 base XP for that game. Damn phenomenal effort. His teammate in the Raging Ren, 2,800, nearly 3,000 base XP for both those players. The rest of the team actually did pretty well. Petro down the bottom, he had a bad day, but a couple over 1,000 base XP. Colombo at 1,900, he definitely tanked and did as much as he could. I know there wasn't much love for the friendly CV, but 1,500, he's done pretty much the middle of the road. So thank you for that replay, Amgen. It was a great victory, great perseverance, not pushing ahead when you were chasing a Thunderer, which was key. If you and the Colombo chased him, I honestly think it would have been a loss. Working together late game as well, especially with Raging Ren, to keep your AA together alive, basically secured that one for you. And the enemy did not cap, but they did not focus fire, and they did not use their ships to the best of their abilities. Thank you for watching this replay. If you have enjoyed this content, please click that subscribe button in YouTube.